Hey guys, this is Roger. I'm one of the librarians here at Alvin Community College, and I'm going to do a video for you to show you how to use databases as well as other library resources for your argumentative essay in your English class. So a couple of major points that I want to show you today. One is going to be resources that we have, and that's going to be subject guides and help guides, and why those are useful and necessary, and then also some databases. It should be a fairly quick video, and it comes with the caveat that feel free to contact me. My name is Roger Bell at the library, either through Teams or you could also email if you would like further assistance or clarification on any of this stuff. So initially what we need to do is go to the pod. That's our address there. And then you'll go to Campus Services and go down to Library. So this is the library pod page. We have some information here that you can find helpful. The things that you need to know about that are absolutely critical are that we have login information that's required for these databases when you do the work off campus. If you're within the library's or the college's network, you will get passed through. But you need to be aware that if you're off campus, you will not be able to just automatically jump into the databases. Okay? So this is the most common one that people ask for. This is for EBSCO. It's a company. And this is the password, which is extremely long and not something that you would really want to hand type. So it's a good idea to copy and paste that. The first thing we're going to go take a look at are the resources that we have. And if you scroll down in the middle section here, Mr. Mark, who's our library director, has come up with some subject guides that are very helpful. So since this is your English class, we'll take a look at this first one. And in it you will see the blue buttons over in the left-hand column, and those are going to have things that are related to the page. You'll see one for the databases, a little bit on searching, then another bunch of links that has a specific databases that can be useful in your kind of general searching, and not just for English class, but for other classes as well. Another thing that's important will be citing your sources, and the good thing about all of our databases, the articles that are in those will have citations for them. So that's something that's very handy. The next thing that you want to know about are going to be the help guides. And if you go to the right-hand column over here, scroll down to Research Help Guides. And we will need to download some of these for you now, so this would be a good opportunity to do that. So the first one we want to take a look at is Credo Reference Collection, right here. This is what it looks like. Here's the login and ID. I would save this to your computer and also to your OneDrive so that you have them in all circumstances, and that you don't face any kind of frustration or anything prevents you from getting through to the stuff that you need in case you lose your laptop or it doesn't work or you don't have internet connection. So create a folder for your class, for your English class, and put that in there. The next one we want to go to is going to be the EBSCO Database Help Guide. And you'll see the username and password here as well. These are going to be visual reminders of the screens that you should be seeing as you go through your searches. And you'll want to download that as well and have access to that. The last one we really need to do would be the text shared databases down here at the bottom. Click that. You'll also see that there's an ID and password there. And this one shows how you would get to it from the pod. You can either get to it through the pod or through the web page, either one. So there again, you want to download that, put that into your folder. Okay. And then make sure your folders are copied across to OneDrive. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to go into the databases. So for this particular essay assignment, what I suggest might be worth looking at. I'm going to give you a little methodology here. It's kind of a step-by-step process, if you will. The first thing I think it would be good for you to do is go to the Credo reference collection. I'm going to open that link in another page, or another tab. And this is a good place to go for your basic information about your topic. So I've chosen a second bullet point that are factors that have increased inflation in the post-pandemic years. So I'm going to keep this simple because I want to show you more of an illustrative idea of how this works, and you can apply this to all of your searching. Okay, so I'm just going to look for inflation. I want to see what they've got. Yeah, and you'll see some other terms here that are considered. What I want to do is do a general search for you, show you the things that you will oftentimes be facing here. Okay, so these are going to be specialized dictionaries, atlases, things of that nature, encyclopedias that will give you information, more detailed information on a topic. And they also, it's really neat because they also have this related concept. I like to call it constellation. They used to call it a mind map. So if I'm basically thinking that my initial search, like inflation, doesn't really do it for me, I could go to any of these other things, click on them, and it will change the search results. Yeah. But I'm going to go back to inflation. So you can filter to these various ideas by subject, by type, short, medium, and long. Short are more definitions. Medium has some content for you. The long ones would be great for your content. So you can also filter by publication date. That can be helpful as well. So let's say I like this first one. I want to check it out. Okay, so this is a title. That's publication. A little bit about it. So if you click that, well, actually something else before that. So I found 7,600 results back, and that's a lot to have to deal with. So let's do this. I'm going to go with short because I want some definitions. Okay. And this is nice because I can put this definition, use it as a source. You have a requirement for 4 sources, but I think you should get a lot more because they're so easy to get. So you can save this, download, and then more importantly, you should get your citation. Make sure it's in MLA, copy it, paste it into your works cited page, which you should open immediately now, and start saving these to your works cited page. You can always delete them if you don't use them, but it's very difficult to go back and get them if you need them. Okay? Same with the articles. So they're free to download, so get as many as you want. I would say don't stick just to the requirements. So that's for definition. So let me go with a long one for just a moment. And you'll see the article will be something like this. You can save it, of course. Make sure you choose your MLA format, because it will give you the citation along with the article as well. Okay? And it will look something like that. And there's your citation. So make sure if you're saving these, you're saving these to that folder that you created at the very beginning. Okay, that is Credo. Credo is not these articles are not going to be considered your peer-reviewed articles. Your peer-reviewed articles will likely come from Opposing Viewpoints, which is a database that I'm going to show you now. So if we go back to the pod page, the library pod page, if we scroll down, we will need to find the Gale and ProQuest databases via TextShare. Okay, go ahead and click those. And it should give you this. If you are off campus, it will ask you for this. Which you can find in your help guide that we just downloaded. Now the good thing about these databases is they all work about the same. Okay, they're going to be the only differences will be generally colors and a little bit of layout, but and some of them they focus on specific subject areas. But that's something you will learn in time as you gain more experience. So let's go to Gale Opposing Viewpoints. Since this is an argumentative essay, this will be a very good source to use. I'll do the same search, just general search on inflation. There is an overview here. I don't really like that the way that they're doing this now. They've made some changes. What I will do is I'm going to need to make this search a little bit more in depth, so I will let's say inflation and currency. This is a little bit more useful. So they do a nice job of dividing up the results into kind of these specific content types, which is very helpful. So for your article or for your assignment here, these academic journals are going to be the peer-reviewed articles that you're required to use. These others will not be, but you can still use them. And I would suggest that you do, because they're very helpful. Something that's very helpful, unfortunately this one doesn't have it, but there are infographics that come with some of these, and those are very useful. This search did not create a lot of results. This is not a huge number. So if you get a large number, you can change or filter or limit, however you would like to look at it, with these things here. Publication date is quite common. You can set it for the last 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, whichever you prefer. You can choose full text documents, peer-reviewed journals. Okay, so here's a peer-reviewed journal. Let's just we'll take a look at this one. Well, as you can see, they stack them in these boxes here. Yeah. Of course, the number in parentheses is how many there are. There's a title, the authors, publication, volume, and all of that stuff there. So if I click there, it'll take me to the article. The abstract is the summary, so make use of that so that you don't end up reading the whole article just to find out you don't want to use it. You can download these. I would suggest you do. And it looks like that. And then also you'll have the citation available. And put that into your works cited page. Okay. Now the thing is, you can actually just delete the ones you end up not needing, but it's very difficult to go back and find the ones you do need. So make sure you keep all of that current as you're going through the paper and your research. Okay. Don't try to come back to it. So this basically is a matter of rinse and repeat. The things that can be difficult is getting the right keywords that get you to what you need. And sometimes that's just requires you to spend more time trying different things and then going through your results and piecing it all together. Okay? So that is Gale in context, opposing viewpoints. Pardon me. The next one that we're going to use is going to be EBSCO. And it's a very popular vendor for databases. So we'll click on that. So actually, let's do a right click. And it looks something like that. I will do the same search as we have seen. I'm doing this search over 70 databases. Gives me 675,000, which is a lot. I don't think I want that many. So I can change to 50. Let's just grab the peer-reviewed ones, okay? Let's just start with that. So already the number is coming down, and that's good, okay? Now, because this assignment, for this particular topic in the assignment, it's calling for the post-pandemic years. If we choose publication dates within the last 5 years, we might be able to get a little bit more information. 90, or narrow that down, 9,700. So let me put pandemic And let's see how this changes. So the more keywords you add, the more criteria that must be fulfilled in order to return results. So as you can see, now I'm down to 107. So that's pretty good, going from 650,000 to 107. So this is good. This is good. Let's say, for example, I like this first one. I want to look at it in detail. That's the title. It's peer-reviewed, coming from an academic journal. There are authors. There is the journal, publication information. This is the summary or the abstract. And very importantly, here are subject terms. You can use these to try to get better, more detailed searches if you're having trouble coming up with a number of results that are that you feel good about. So let's say this one is good. I want to check it out in more detail. Here's a more detailed record of it with some information. Here is a citation. Make sure you get your MLA version. Copy to the clipboard and put it in your works cited page. Okay. So this is good. I like this one because the abstract looks good. I'm just going to download it so that I can read it later. Click download. So this is a shortcut for just EBSCO that will make life easier. So highlight a little bit of the title. Then copy that. You'll notice up here it's got a very weird, well, it's not weird, it's just not very useful. That is the title of it, but that's not very helpful. So if we go to the downloads folder, let's see, this is the one that I just downloaded. I want to rename that, so I'm going to right click and then rename, and paste that in there so it looks something like that. That way the title of the article, the citation, and whatever I used to refer to, it's all naming the same thing and you don't have to guess. If you don't do that, then what they do is they just put a number after the file name, and so this would just end up with a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, however many you do. And that's going to be a very painful thing to try to figure out. Okay? So that's how you work in the databases. Now, I am very happy to help you out with this. If you run into any obstacles or you're not sure exactly what your step would be, as you go through this, so please feel free to contact me through Teams. My name is Roger Bell, and I'll be happy to help you out. So best of luck with this, and look forward to seeing you sometime in the future.